This is Wolgan Valley, about 15 minutes drive from Lithgow, New South Wales. We're currently here constructing a new access road into Wolgan Valley, as the old road is now unsafe to travel.
The Donkey Trail project is a 4 to 6 month project. You know, you look at day one on this project turning up and there was no plan in place, had to walk the trail through dense bushland to map it out, and all the time looking that you're right on the top of an optic fibre cable, which is anywhere between sort of 100 and 600 mil below the ground. So you've got a big challenge in navigating your way around the optic fibre, as well as the steep terrain, and trying to map out a track off the edge of a virtual cliff face down into the Wolgan Valley.
The track is essentially in two parts. So the first part of the job is a very steep section. It's about a 32% grade, which is very steep. There are very few roads in the country that are that steep. To actually start working on a dirt track with that sort of grade is very difficult in itself. Been a real hard job right from the get-go. We had a landslide on the 5th of November 2022 and basically shut the main road going down.
We identified a 30-metre long tension crack as a result of increased pore pressure, and it immediately required that we close the road.
Pete and his guys were able to come in and basically recreate a track, make it a road.
The Donkey Trail is very necessary for the local community in accessing the Wolgan Valley, as well as the Emirates Resort, which is also operating in the Wolgan Valley and unable to do so without an access road.
The residents have been using the old coach road, but that is it's not a viable option.
Gracey Sons Earthmoving operate a fleet of modern Caterpillar equipment, and that consists of dozers, motor graders, backhoes, rollers, smooth drums, padfoots, dump trucks, ejector body dump trucks, tippers. So we've got all the equipment that we need to do a project such as this in a safe and efficient manner.
These guys are local contractors, and it just shows the level of skill that this community has within its own bounds and how self-sufficient and resilient we are.
One of the reasons Gracey Sons Earthmoving was a good fit for this job is that it's a small family-owned business. We've got operators that have been with us for quite a long time, very experienced working in challenging environments, and you know that goes a long way to being able to deliver these projects safely. Certainly thrown its challenges at us, we've been able to navigate our way through quite well without incident, and work with the community quite closely and the local Indigenous groups to get a good result.
Yamandu Marang, Yuanadi Sharon, Yuanadi Patsy, Guambanado, Rodrigo, Norambango. I'm from Mingar Aboriginal Corporation, and we've been working in partnership with Gracey and Sons Earthmoving. The road happens to be in a protected area that we look after, Myingamaragu. So Myingamaragu is a protected area, it's an Aboriginal place, and we've been looking after this reserve for a long time.
Each step of this job has required a lot of planning and resources. It's a significant project that it takes time to plan and get these things right so they can be done safely. The first step of the job was really mapping out the track and seeing whether or not we could actually put a road off the cliff face down into Wolgan Valley. That was a challenge in itself, let alone working on top of the optic fibre. Once we got a plan around that and mapped in a track, the first step was to rough the track in, and then we've built on that, worked along and made that track a lot safer by installing barrier rails, signage, runoff ramps, worked a lot to get the grade right so that it wasn't too steep where we could, and concreted where the grade was too steep. So quite a lot involved from end-to-end project management. Been a lot of great initiatives along the way too. We've built on the road and made some changes where needed to make the road a safer road. And that's come with the job and with working on the job and working collectively as a team to get some better ideas and implement those where it's practical. Bottom T intersection where the new road meets the existing road, it wasn't quite right, the grade wasn't quite right, the traffic management wasn't quite right, so we've worked there and put an improvement in to make that road flow a lot better.
Stage one that's now been completed because everybody wanted to have access here to the valley, and that was the most important thing. But it was also about finding a solution that was going to be safe but also allow people to get in and out. And when people don't have access to their homes, it's access to business, it's access to kids not getting to school, it's access to people not being able to feed their livestock as well. So to have this road installed right now has been a critical first step.
I'm Auntie Helen, Wiradjuri Elder for this area. I'd like to welcome you all here to this very, very sacred place, our AP area, and they're here to bless and cleanse everybody here for this road, for it to be cleansed, because it's been a very, very important mission for everybody concerned. And I'd like to thank Sharon and Patsy for being involved and walking through that bush.
And yams.
And wait a minute, and yams. I'm not forgetting anybody. And all the workers, because they had the hardest part coming out here first when it was just bush, having to walk through it and then to look over the edges and see how steep. But this area is a very, very sacred place to us, an Aboriginal place. And I'd like to welcome you all here and be cleansed for the road. Thank you.
now that we've been able to put this road in and been responsible for delivering an access road to the community of Wolgan Valley is quite pleasing at the end of the day. That's why we're in this. We're in this to build infrastructure for local communities, and this has been a great example of that.